Welcome back to another episode. Thanks for following. If you haven't already, please make sure you like and subscribe, follow the channel so you can keep up to date with everything I'm trying to put out there. So I wanted to recap on day one of the Torian Pro. As you can see, I'm obviously not at the Torian Pro, but I have been watching the live feed throughout. So I wanted to recap what we saw on a day one from the elite teams and the elite individuals. Now, the elite teams, their first event was Amanda 21. In that workout, we saw CrossFit Wayside take it out with first place. Now, their communication skills were of a super high level. They really looked comfortable working well together. They didn't have any issues with any of the movements throughout. And then second was CrossFit Urban. So two power couples, Adam Mancy and Jay Lee, and Caitlin and Johan make up that team. So they came second on that workout. And once again, their team was very strong. They didn't have any issues with the movements at all either, and their communication skills were really good as well. 64 Army Gold, now they came fourth in that workout, so they were still in that top 5. Now, they are sitting on top of the leaderboard at the moment as well. Okay, so they had that first and that fourth place position. CrossFit Urban would have been sitting first on the leaderboard overall after day one. Now I'm looking at day 2 at the moment, and it has pushed 64 Army Gold up into first place. So event 1, it was nice, short, sweet workout, and the teams really liked that classic movements, I believe. Then the second event was the Tri Mixed Relay. So it was with the assault runner, into the bike erg, into the row. So that was all about who could just hold on and really pump the gas on that workout. Now, if we look at our top 3 teams, again, so CrossFit Wayside, they came 12th. So their cardiovascular endurance for that wasn't a super high strength. Also, their girls aren't super tall or very big girls, so they're not going to be able to generate as much power on the rower or cover as much distance as someone with longer limbs. Okay, then we've got Urban. Now, they came second in that event, so they actually did really, really well as a team again. And 64 Army Gold, they took that workout out. So they did an amazing job to be able to come first in that workout. Now, I wanted to mention that Freezing Hot CrossFit really surprised me with how well they did on event 2. So they really put in a great effort on event 2. They struggled a bit on event 1 with their bar muscle ups, but they really did come back on event 2, which was awesome. Now, I'm also surprised to see that Star Strength Black and Reebok CrossFit Frankston, how they didn't place so well. I'm a little bit surprised with their placing after day 1. Now, both of those teams, we all know who they are. They're quite well-known competitors. This year, I guess as the teams, start to work together a lot more, and they've had more time to stay together over COVID and stuff, have they not synced as well, or has some of the teammates within those teams got a little bit of a lagging factor in some of their movements that's not pushing a team up to a higher level? Okay, so usually we've seen in the past, Reebok CrossFit Frankston is a super dominating team. So that's the teams after day 1. Now, let's have a look at the individual men. Okay, so all of the individual athletes started with the reverse triathlon. So I had the 5-kilometer run, 7-kilometer bike erg, and then the 2 kilometers on the rower. Super long workout for your first workout of the day. Now, the winners for the men was Baden Brown, so he came first, and then the winner for the women was Jessie Collin. Okay, so it was also Jessie Collin's first event win, and now she's been competing in CrossFit since 2011. So that's 10 years it's taken her to get her first event win. So amazing achievement for her. She's such a great job. She just looked really relaxed the whole time. You can tell that she's very comfortable running on the assault runner, which definitely would have helped her a lot. And I know that she does a lot of that cardiovascular endurance stuff in her training. Second place for the men was Luke Mcmahon. Now, he looked comfortable the whole time. So he was in the first heat. He did a great job. Now, I've known Luke for a long time. His engine is great. His ability to push and push and push and just keep going is endless. So he has this amazing ability to just keep going deep into the pain cave, but look comfortable doing it. So it was cool to see. And then it's cool to see someone that you obviously know quite well do so well in their first event. On the girls' side, Ellie Turner, she came second. Now, she's quite young as well, so she's not one of the... so the average age for the women who are competing is around 28. Now, she's quite young. She's only 23 years old, so she's still up and coming into the sport. Now, she came second in that event. She did a great job. She looked comfortable the whole time, just like Jessie Collin. And you can tell that she has a nice, big, long engine. Now, Caitlin Denny came third. No, I've never actually heard of her before, but she's actually doing pretty well over the weekend, which is great. So she came third in that event. And then in fourth place, so if we talk about fourth place, we saw Cara Saunders. Now, everyone knows who Cara Saunders is. And I believe that this year could be Cara's year to actually come back and maybe battle Tia out for that podium. Now, I was at the CrossFit Games in 2017 when Cara and Tia were like super close the whole weekend. And like, as much as I love Tia, I would definitely love to see Cara get that first podium spot at the CrossFit Games one time. It would be, but I do believe that Cara Saunders could be the one to push Tia off the podium if things work out. However, Tia does look amazingly unstoppable, and she really has no holes in her game at all. All right, so that was event 1 for the individuals. Event 2, all the individual athletes did Amanda 21. Now, Zeke Grove came first for the men, just blitzed it. Got off those ring muscle-ups, did in a minute, did 21 unbroken. And it's so cool to watch him when he does his ring muscle-ups. He lands so high, and he only literally needs to just press his elbows out. So his efficiency on his ring muscle-ups is so less time consuming compared to everyone else, because everyone else is landing in their pocket and then obviously having to take time to do the press out. So, and it would be less fatiguing. So we saw that. And then we saw Royce Dunn come second. Now, he didn't come off the ring super early. He also broke them up. But then he got onto that barbell and was just able to cycle it way faster than everyone else. So obviously, being a bigger athlete, that weight would have felt like nothing for him as well while he was going through that movement. Jay Crouch came third for the men. So I definitely think is going to be Jay Crouch's year, possibly, for the CrossFit to take out the Torian Pro. I am very surprised at where Brandon Swan is sitting. For the men's side, James Newbury, those kind of... Brandon Swan's won the Torian Pro the last couple of years in a row. After day 1, he isn't sitting as high as he should be. So he's in 9th place at the moment. However, he still has 2 days of competition. We all know that when it gets to that clean and jerk ladder, he's going to have no problems whatsoever with that. But yeah, the athletes who are in the top 4, they're not super massive athletes. So it is pretty cool to see there's a couple of young guns coming up through there. All right, so for event 2 for the women, so Cara Saunders came first. She absolutely crushed it. She got off those ring muscle-ups at about 1:20, I believe, and then she just cycled that barbell the whole way. I'm pretty sure she went touch and go the whole way, which was pretty cool to watch. And she was just cycling it nice and smooth. There was no issues with that weight whatsoever. Now, Alethea Boone, she actually came second in that workout. We all know that she's a dominant force when it comes to ring muscle-ups. She's one of the older women in the field, so she's 37 years old, but she is still fit and ready and fighting. She's like Australia's Sam Briggs, definitely going to be pushing those young girls as long as she can, I reckon, and she's definitely got the ability and the mindset as well. So the only thing that let Alethea down a little bit was she was cycling the barbell as singles, and Cara's just a lot more efficient on that barbell. But great job even though. Now, 3rd place was Laura Clifton. This was cool to watch because Laura Clifton was one of the last people off the ring muscle-ups in her heat, but then she came second in her heat right after Cara. And she started back, and half the field was already in the second set of 7, and she just blitzed them. And she just overtook everyone and just made it look so easy. So she's done so well this weekend. So obviously the first event wasn't in her favour. However, she's still sitting in the top 5 within overall after the first day. Okay, so if we look at the overall leaderboard after the first day, individual men, we've got Matt Gilpin, Jay Crouch, Luke De Jong, and then 2 Tumut boys, Luke Mcmahon and Reese Matchell in 4th and 5th place. So it's actually pretty cool to see Luke Mcmahon and both Reese Matchell up there. 2 great guys. And back in 2017, obviously Luke missed out by 1 spot going to the CrossFit Games. So who knows? Maybe Luke McMahon's year is this year. So could be. You never know. So still got 2 more days of competition. I do know that clean and jerk ladder will obviously make a difference in that a little bit. However, there's obviously a lot more work to go. I think that workout, move it or lose it, is going to be no problem for someone like Luke, who just has that engine and ability to keep going the whole time. And I don't think any of the other workouts will really affect him either. So I'm looking forward to see what he does this weekend. Now on the ladies' side, we have Cara Saunders, Ellie Turner, Gemma Huck, Laura Clifton, and then Jess Collin. So no surprise that Cara's sitting in first place. Great job. Ellie Turner, she's also done really well on the first day. All right, so in 3rd place we have Gemma Huck. So she, interesting because she didn't do, if they had went to Torian Pro after the Opens, she actually wouldn't have made it to the Torian Pro. Then because it had the quarterfinals, she actually did really well. She came 10th after the quarterfinals. And now obviously she's sitting in 3rd place after day 1, which is cool to see. Then in 4th place, we got Laura Clifton. Okay, so she's probably one of my favourites. I really like Laura Clifton. She's come so far over the last couple of years. Her hard work and dedication is second to none. She has such a great attitude and she really gives it a red hot crack, everything that she does. Now, obviously, she qualified for the CrossFit Games last year. Then obviously COVID didn't work, so she was in the first stage of the CrossFit Games and she did pretty well. She did, she actually came 2nd, I believe, in the front squat. I think they had a front squat, so she came fairly high in that workout component and she did really well in that strength workout. Now in 5th place, you've also got Jessie Collin. So Jess Collin has been to the games before. She's been as an individual and part of a team. She was also once on the demo team for CrossFit. So it'll be cool to see Jess Collin make it back to the CrossFit Games. All right, so that's a recap of day 1. Tomorrow, the athletes start off with, the elite team start off with the event 3 Han, then the clean and jerk ladder for the teams. Then we go into the elite indies. They do Han, double trouble, and then the clean and jerk ladder. So they've actually got 3 workouts tomorrow. The individuals, and the teams only have 2 workouts. All right, that's all I got for you today. I'll keep you guys posted with what happens after day 2 and then the final day. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow the channel, and show some support. Thanks.